Moon's over my hammy. Do you know who she is? A badass fucking bitch. She makes me great fucking videos. Clip that shit about
Ocean Behave says your student, Fifth Purple Kool-Aid drinker, is 10 away from 500. So Purple Kool-Aid drinker. He's actually at 550. So Ocean Behave, I don't appreciate the lies.
Moon's over my hammy.
Well, I'm in it for Justice Vagino.
Ocean Moon's live. Oh my god, what a great name.
I've never seen you in real life. Either one of you. You guys are both lovely, by the way.
How's that? Is that better?
Hi, Moons. All caps. All caps.
And Ocean Beach Behave.
Ocean Behave in the chat and Moons, they did a collab and they were on a StreamYard talking about content. It was so surreal. I paused it in the middle and I was just like, I can't believe what I'm watching. To see people who are in the chat actually do it, I love it.
My amazing first internet girlfriend with Moons. Moons has been one of the biggest of my supporters and Jeff. She's like a top tier supporter.
Moon's over for Hammy. Moons is awesome. She is starting her own live soon with Oceans, and I'm very excited.
Turn up for Ocean. Thank you, Ocean.
Did he block Moons on purpose? Of course he did.
You want the phrase that you didn't retweet Jen Altman on purpose, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess that's a fair point.
So much is on the line with the First Amendment. It affects all of us.
And my goodness, she's a treasure and a gem.
I'm going to take these off. See. To me, you look purple.
Pat Ford, he's so funny. No, he's not. He's not funny.
Come on, Moon. Who is this? Hi, Jill. Good, how are you?
I just wanted Moons on there because I can assure you, any of my moms ban someone like her, they wouldn't just be banned from my chat, they would be banned from my entire existence forever.
And I'm so excited for her and Ocean and to see Ocean's face. I never knew who Ocean was, so she's beautiful. Yay, Ocean Moons live.
Hi, Jill.
I wanted to say meow, 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 meow. Good morning, Ben Rosa. Can you talk?
Hello.
Hi. Can you talk?
Can you talk? I can.
Good.
I can talk. I can't hear still. I can talk.
No. So how did it go with your ear?
Well, you
look lovely. I don't know how
Thank you.
you feel.
Thank you. So do you.
Oh,
I love your purple background. You changed it.
Did I? I don't know about that. Well, I don't know. Is it
I
darker?
don't know. It looks different.
Okay. Maybe it is. It's a optical illusion.
Yeah.
So, did you go to the doctor?
So hello. Welcome to Ocean Moons Live. I'm Moons.
And I'm Ocean. And together we are Ocean Moons Live. Join us while we connect the dots between all the scandal that's happening around us everywhere.
And it's Monday, June 1st. Happy June, happy Pride Month, all the things. Yeah, we'll figure out our intro one day.
Maybe. Sure.
Yeah, so I'm still without an ear. So I still have one operable ear. I pretty much spent my entire weekend in bed. I was on a lot of medications, and I think most of them, made me sleepy. If I felt like an energy burst, I'd get up and try and get work done and get out of bed, but it was few and far between. This morning, obviously I had to work, and I thought I might go to the doctor because I didn't feel like my antibiotics were working. You and I talked about this yesterday. They put me on like amoxicillin, and I didn't
for
really
babies.
feel any better.
I mean, baby is the word of the day. And amoxicillin is for babies. It is for skinny, sexy, pretty brunette babies and blonde babies.
I didn't give a shit. I just wanted it to work. So anyways, I started, what was funny is I started getting like little glimpses of hearing in my ear this morning when I was listening to 24 on 24. I was realizing, I think my phone is pretty loud. like the volume on it was so loud because I could only hear out of one ear. But anyways, I
Or
think
was it just all the drama that you were hearing sounded
no,
loud?
it was like somebody turned on my headphone and then turned it off again. Like I
Yeah, that's a
finally got
terrible feeling. Like when you're flying and you can't hear out of near. That's horrible.
yeah, yeah. That's what it is. It's like a stuffy ear feeling.
Yeah. So
And I got some relief, but then I went to go do my eardrops with the medicine, and now it's clogged again. So I wonder if it's the eardrops that are like thick.
ask
And
the chat. They were the experts before. What are the eardrops? You're gonna have to tell them the name.
I don't know. Whatever they gave me, they told me to use. So it's one of the antibiotics. So
Oh, it's an antibiotic. The drops are.
mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's good.
Apparently. So, anyways,
Hmm.
we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow brings. If the amoxicillin is still working and improving, I may not do the eardrops, but you didn't hear me say that just because I want to be able to hear.
You didn't see me rolling my eyes either, because maybe you do the eardrops like before you go to sleep or something. But
Well, and that's what I'm thinking is just do it before I sleep
and
then not do it in the morning.
or
'Cause
like
it's every
before
2
you get in the
hours.
shower. If if you're supposed to do it twice a day, I would not stop if it's an antibiotic. That's just
I
me.
know. But I just hate not being able to hear.
Well,
Oh well.
dead air, because I don't know what to say about amoxicillin except it never works for me. But I know you should start with the least, the one that you build up, like you're not going to build up resistance to if you stay on the
Right.
whatever they are. More common ones. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So did you have plenty of time while you were in bed to watch anything that was playing on air?
I mean, I think I kept up with what I needed to. It was funny though because I was laying in bed. Of course, I can only lay on one side. And I'm like, I've got my phone like, on the side of the bed with me. And I'm scrolling with like one finger, the same hand I'm holding the phone with, I'm scrolling, right? During one of my conversations with Valerie, I must have followed her.
No. By conversations, you mean
Like,
explain what you mean by conversation, because
I guess I have fat fingers. I just hit the black follow button and it followed her. So she's like, "Can you stop following me? I removed you as a follower."
I'm just saying, a conversation is normally thought of as two people speaking or talking in a conversational tone. To me, that's what a conversation is. So I don't know if it was a conversation.
Well, it's all words on a screen, so.
Right. I don't know what you mean. Please explain.
Anyways, I lit a spark. I think it was Saturday, and my notifications blew up. So it is what it is, right?
What?
Well, like people replying, and then offshoots of your post or your comment. Notifications in Twitter.
Yeah, I know, but
They
I
go
thought you
from
meant
like 5 to 30.
I thought you meant based on that whole "don't follow me" comment is what I thought you meant. But I don't.
Oh, no.
Upon
That was in
further
the middle.
listening, I don't think
That was
that's
in the middle of everything. Yeah.
so.
Anyways, how is the chat? How's everybody doing? How was your weekend? If
Also,
you didn't stay in bed, what did you do? That was fun. What'd you do, Ocean?
That was fun. Nothing,
Nothing.
sadly. Mm-mm.
You didn't set up your new monitor?
No, I did not. Or my new chair.
Oh goodness.
Moon's just gonna put an Amazon wish list up for me with
Mhm.
a monitor
Yeah.
on it.
She needs equipment. She needs equipment. Who was live this weekend? I felt like somebody went live. Oh gosh. Well, yeah, Ray was live with his boxing. That was cool. That
Mhm.
was cool. I feel like somebody went live, but it's escaping me at the moment. I'm sure there were multiple people. So yeah, I'll just try and say hi to as many people as I can. Hello, Ray. Hi, Dizzy. Thank you to our mods for being here. Aaron's here. Hello, Aaron. I did see the queen in the chat. Jess. My parasocial relationship.
Oh, Jess is
Love
here?
you. Jess is here.
Let me get my sunglasses on for her.
Goodness.
It's a sight issue, really, honestly. Their prescription.
She's so insecure about these damn glasses.
Oh, because
Just wear them.
Jess doesn't like them. That's why I said it.
She said them this morning. She loves them.
I know, but I don't think she does. Anyway, I will put them on when I damn well please don't tell me what to do.
Scott is here. Cajun's here. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for getting us to 500 subscribers. I also want to say one of our videos got to 2,000 views. Did I see that right? Yes. One of our, the one on May 27th, one of our live react got to 2,000. And then another one got over 1,000, got 1,600 likes. So, I mean, views. Yeah. That's
Congratulations to us.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's another one that hit 1,000. So, that's
don't mind
exciting.
us. This is new. Spicy Missy says she's responsible for at least 500 of those views. That's not what she said, but I
Probably.
believe she probably is.
Well, we told everybody to set their devices, set up multiple devices around the house. Just let our videos play.
Okay, now listen, I'm going to tell you something. You might get in trouble for that comment because some people might consider that cheating. Yes, because I made the comment jokingly that everyone get your family, friends, neighbors, enemies to subscribe, even your children, because if you have YouTube, your kids might have their own channels if they're old enough. You can go ahead and subscribe them. They'll never know. And the comment was something like, she's trying to get children to watch the show.
Yeah, they'll hang on to any word you say.
Right.
For sure.
Which is what made me think, okay, I've had about enough of this.
Yeah. So our public watch hours are also increasing. So we need them at 3,000 for the first monetization level and then 4,000 for the second. So we are at 2,388 watch hours right now. And that's only as of May 27th. Like the data is behind. So
not the children. Yes, it was. It was the children. I mean, honestly, I say credit to being able to think of this stuff because I would never have thought of that. Oh my God, I love this. Be right back. Going to my other account to subscribe. You go,
Chrissy,
girl.
yes.
You go, Chrissy 7183.
Please. Thank you so much. I remember when we were trying to get Jess to, was it 10K? I was like, I went into every single YouTube account I could think of and subscribed.
Right. Hi, totally skinny, sexy, blonde, pretty baby. That's all of us. I think we're just all that name now. So, in unity, because we want that person to feel part of a group, so they don't feel left out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope Jess reconsiders leaving. I would love to see her do more investigative reporting. She is so good at organizing and reporting. We're going to talk a little bit about this today. I don't think that she is thinking about leaving per se. I don't know. What would you say, Ocean?
I would say I missed that part. You're going to have to explain it to me.
Well, she keeps using the word hiatus.
Yeah. Okay. She used the word fishing too, and she didn't go. So everybody calm down.
Everybody wanted her to take us fishing. They were so
I
bummed.
know. But Jeff C was napping.
I know. And we care about his
They
health.
went to the Cino. They went to the Cino. And I love that. Hey, I got big news for you guys. Guess who doesn't have any Cinos? Moons. I didn't know this until I learned this on Nurse Kim's show, because there's no gambling in Texas. Is that correct? Moons,
That's
enlighten
correct.
us.
No gambling, no casinos, no. Even nowadays, they have those like little standalone, like it's kind of like an arcade, but it's slot machines. I don't know how they get around it, but it's like
Is it
video
in an
slot.
airport or no?
Nope. It's just like out in the middle of a shopping center. Again, it could be like we'll break the rule until we get in trouble and then we'll close. I don't know. But Ray, the same thing. Ray doesn't have casinos, although he is probably much closer than I am.
Doesn't he live in the same state? Okay, I'm confused.
North Texas, so.
But I thought it was a state rule.
Used to go to WinStar when we lived in North Texas. WinStar is like right over the Oklahoma border, so you drive straight north to Oklahoma, and it's right there. And it's actually a really big casino. Like it used to be one of the biggest.
But it's in Oklahoma, right?
We haven't been in years.
Can you hear me? Because you went out for a second with your mic.
Oh,
can you hear me now?
I can't hear you. Oh, wait. Hold on. It might be me. Hold on.
Okay. I guess I could talk. Anyway, Ray, it's a state law, correct? That it's everywhere. It's not just a county. Oh, maybe Indian reservations or conservation land. I don't know. I didn't really mean to make this a huge thing. It's just that Kim said she would never be able to go there with I forget what his name is, her boyfriend. Tons of fun says we go to Cherokee, North Carolina to the reservation. Thanks, Spicy Misty. You like the sunglasses. So good evening, Ocean and Moons and chat. Sup, Bo? Great to catch alive. We're glad you're here. Thanks for coming. Hopefully, I'm going to think of what to do if she can't hear or talk. Ray from Dallas will be up here co-hosting in just a minute if that's the case. Are you there? Okay. All right, kids.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
I heard this. Wait a minute. We got to talk about Jax v. Scott. Unfortunately, I did not find Jess at the casino, but took some of their money on roulette. Good. Glad to hear it. Oh, you know what, Belinda? You were absolutely right. You might need a steroid for your ear. I can almost guarantee you do, and it'll probably clear right up. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Doctor that I am,
Yep. Maybe I'll ask for that tomorrow.
Good idea.
I actually have an appointment scheduled on Wednesday with my PCP, like for regular follow up or something. So we'll see if I can wait till then.
So, Moons, speaking of 24 on 24 this morning, and I did miss a little bit, but as I said to you, I just feel like, and I'm just speaking for Jess, like she's not here, but if she needs to rethink or reorganize, that doesn't mean that she's going to disappear, because I just feel like she loves us. She can't do that. She's not going to do that. But she can make it any way that she wants it to be, any structure that she likes. And we'll still be there. We'll all be there. And hopefully more people.
That's the beauty of, being essentially self-employed, and she can choose her own schedule, and if she needs a break, take a break, But like when we think about shows like, TV shows or talk shows or whatever, like I think every brand goes through a period where you just get in a funk, and you need to change things up and rebrand, if you want to call it rebrand. I mean, she was already talking about like the Jess Machado show, like changing that, blah, blah, blah. It sounds like she has ideas that, the wheels are turning and she's got ideas. And, I think it is what it is. Like, change it up a little bit. Change is always, a little painful, but I think it's good in the grand scheme of things.
Yep. So there were a lot of things that were discussed today, and what stood out for you? What were you?
Well, for one, the way she sounded, her tone, the vibe. I again, like I don't know if it's me, like I'm a very empathic person. I don't
I am Cruella de Vil, just so we got that clear. Okay, continue.
I'm just a very good, and
You
I don't
always
even know if
say
it's
that.
a good thing, but I can, and if Cheech is in the chat, she probably knows what I'm talking about. Like, I can read people's energy really easily, just being in their presence, even though I'm not in her presence. I'm just listening to her, but the tone of her voice and anyways, it didn't,
because we care about her and we want her to
absolutely,
feel happy. And I honestly think that part of this is just coming down from a big event, because a wedding is like a major event of a lifetime. It doesn't have to be your own wedding. Your kid's wedding is huge. And that could be very well part of it. And I think that Summer and her pool and all the things she loves, I have always wanted a pool so much. And I'm going to have to see her set up so that I can copy it.
Yeah. I mean, she's had a lot going on,
Yeah.
They were on vacation and they came home and, end of school year. I know for my kids, like there's always so much going on at the end of school, the wedding. And what was the other thing? There was something else I was going to say, but she's just had a lot going on. So,
and
anyways.
having to deal with a friendship issue publicly. I mean, even privately, those things are, hard.
Yeah.
And she's done it with a lot of grace. And
And I'm sure, her daughter being married off, and that sort of like
in
I
the
don't
olden
even know what you call it. Like your child is flying on their own. I don't know. I have no idea what that is like, but I'm sure that makes her a little
I
sad.
feel like
maybe.
they're so close in both geography and they're just very, very close that
Yep.
it's not like she has to worry about her not being
Yeah.
there because she will be.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, Jack and I've organized a Chili's boycott whenever he says the word. You know me.
You
we
know,
don't mess
I was
around.
a little
Hey,
I was
what?
a little disappointed. He said he was where did he say Duncan?
Okay, Judge Judy. He wants to work in the morning. It's summer. He's going back to school.
Okay, all right
Willing.
then. All right. Then
Yeah.
that's a good point. That's a good point. Okay, I'll accept it. I was just thinking, what about
I'm
like some
glad you
fine
accepted it.
dining? Like, do they have
He wants to
restaurants there?
work
Like,
in the morning. I mean, he
True.
wants
I got
a
it.
summer
I got
too. So yeah.
I got it. I could
Oh
just
yeah.
see
How
him.
did we need to know how the interview went, but I have a feeling it
True.
went really well.
Yep.
That's just
Totally.
my feeling. Yeah.
Spicy Misty says, I noticed Jess always starts to feel better the longer she's with us. And that's absolutely the truth.
Yes, it is.
Today, she actually said the words like, I'm just going to tell you about my life. And from that moment on, it's like, yesterday we did this. and it was all, great. Like she picked up speed and she recovered. So yeah, we're gonna I have some clips from 24 on 24 if you want to rewatch some of them. I noticed somebody said they didn't watch this morning. We can kind of listen to
I just want to say one quick thing. One is I naturally boycott Chili's. They suck. But we didn't know it was like a gang organization in there for employment. Not good. But I still feel like your mic's going in and out.
Really?
Now I can hear you loud and clear. So maybe it's just being close to it or something. When you spoke into it like that, I could hear you perfectly. So
testing. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, and like I said, because I don't have this ear, I feel like I am talking like lower.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just tell me. I can't hear you.
Pineapple.
Talk louder.
That's our word for whatever. I mean, you're gonna have to figure out what the emergency is when we say pineapple. We don't. It could be anything. All right. So you're gonna play some clips for us.
I have some clips from 24 on 24 if y'all want to listen to those and we can chat a little bit.
Yes. And oh, by the way, we're not always going to depend on Jess for 24 on 24. But the thing is, when you're in there and there's so much happening and then something else happens, and when you're doing something live, to be able to switch like that to the drama is really a skill that she does so well. So we are the let's talk it out part when you had to leave and you're still thinking about it.
Nope.
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 This is a good one. I love that I don't have any friends that watch, so I love to be able to hang out with you guys and discuss it.
Oh, I love that.
Because that's how I felt about Karen Reed. Like nobody I knew watched that trial and they didn't want to hear about it either. And my kids kept saying when it was over, okay, it's over now. We don't have to keep talking about it. I'm like, it is never going to be over. It's just going to change into something different, which nobody understands. But the impact that this trial has had in the offshoots is remarkable.
Yep. Totally. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
With obituaries. But I have written obituaries for two people who I loved in my life. And it's a collection of words that somehow, some way can do justice to a life well lived. And I 100% believe, understand, and know that once I was out of the grasp of an abusive stepfather, I was not going to be the kind of person that just like lived a mediocre life. I, as a child, as a teenager, I wanted to live an extraordinary life. I wanted to play sports, but I couldn't. I wanted to have a boyfriend, but I couldn't. I wanted to go out and do all of the things that I saw that interest me, and I couldn't do them at all. Every part of my life was controlled. When I left my house, how I couldn't even get my driver's license at 16. I couldn't get my driver's license at all until I was out of that house, living in Massachusetts, away from my stepfather. I didn't understand the freedom of being in my 1987 Volvo 740 GLE and trying to find my way to Newport, Rhode Island. I didn't get that until I was 19 years old. So I'm not saying like I sat there and I was like, okay, Jessica, you're going to do this. No, I just felt freedom, and I was never going to not take advantage of it, however I wanted to. And whether that meant trying things, failing at things, it didn't matter to me. Just doing them is what.
So my next gift to Jess is a contraption for her car that does not make any noise. That clicking is whatever she puts her phone in while she's driving.
I've never ever noticed it until with headphones on. Never.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. When I have my headphone or the earbud in, I noticed it a lot more, but I did not notice it this morning. But that's
I mean,
what that
I've
is.
never noticed it. So interesting.
But anyways, it's very subtle, and honestly, I can tune it out. But obviously here she starts talking about the life we live, and she thinks back to, obituaries that she's written for her family, and putting that into perspective of her own obituary. Then she mentions, like, as a kid, all the things around her that she wishes she had. And she starts to aspire to live a certain way, to have certain things. Did you have similar thoughts as a kid, Ocean?
No. Not at all.
No, really?
No. I mean, I don't know how typical it is for a kid to, even in high school, to have goals like that. I just kind of went through each day and, went to school, played sports, had my friends. I didn't really think about the next step.
Yeah.
Which is probably something you should probably do if you have it in you. But to be able to do that, I think takes a lot of being able to set your own goals and achieve them. And I think Jess is a great example of that.
Yeah, for
How
sure.
about you?
I did for sure. Yeah, I did for sure. I think as I was growing up, I had this dynamic of growing up with two older sisters. So I was the baby out of three, and they were 9 and 12 years older than me. And so I was constantly in this fight for whatever they had. And of course, they had a lot more than I did with the big age gap, right? And so I just remember like most of my life, like wanting, whatever it was that they had, wanting to grow up and be older so that I could have X, Y, and Z. So I can kind of relate. And I think as I got older, like especially high school, I was given my first car. It wasn't anything fancy. And it was sort of like here's your first car. It doesn't have a car payment, but you need to pay for the gas. And and you also need to do the oil changes. And if, anything happens, it's on you, if I have an accident or whatever. And, I'm very grateful for that. It sort of like put me on the right step to be a responsible teenager because, I was 16 when I started driving. But I think as time went on, as I start asking for things, it's like, well, you need a job. I want a new car. Well, then you need to get a job. You need to get a better job or whatever it is. So, my parents were not super wealthy, but I think they gave us, they made sure we were comfortable, I guess. We had a car when we turned 16, probably because they didn't want to take us to school anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And we were doing like before school, after school stuff,
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to wake up at 5 a.m. and take us wherever. So that was part of the school or the car aspect, I'm sure.
I can remember riding the bus in high school because it was pretty far away. And if you did sports, like I didn't get home till like 8, 9 o'clock at night a lot of times. And or you carpooled with your friends who drove or whatever. But like I never had a new car until I bought my own new car when I was an adult. But there was always some hand-me-down car or some car that just belonged to everybody. It wasn't like my car. But the only thing I remember about as far as a goal goes, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a reporter. And I think it had to do with that Harriet the Spy book. And because she used to walk around with a notebook and write everything down. And I remember as a kid, like writing stuff down and wanting to report on it. And I don't know, just something that's stuck in my mind. And actually, when I went to college, I did not know what I wanted to do. And I ended up in education because honestly, I thought it was probably the easiest, which is terrible since I ended up teaching in colleges in their education departments. But at the time, I just didn't think about it at all. But economically, not a good choice, in my opinion.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
But I didn't have the whole money thing. Like, I think that's something that it's so important to teach our kids about money. And Jess does a really good job with that. Her kids are financially educated, you know?
I agree.
And because there might be some kind of curriculum for that, but not what you really, I don't even know if it would be what, the real life skills that you want them to learn. So I think that's very important. Of course, my younger kid teaches me because he knows everything there is because he was a business major, but anyway, too late for me. Anyhow, I also really like the obituary part, and I said this before. Amy, I guess the funeral lady, has some place that she publishes obituaries, but I feel like what Jessica said, as far as remembering somebody and portraying them in the light that you really want them to be remembered, is such a important thing. I wrote my mom's, and I actually had a senator. I mean, he did. I had to have the senator's office called to schedule an appointment for me to talk to him about my mom from that obituary, which
Wow.
was something. And then my son, one of my sons, did the eulogy, and that's another thing I feel like people. He didn't have it prepared, but he's just really good at that kind of thing. I feel like people who take on that responsibility should really, do their best to just leave everybody feeling like the person was right there.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I agree.
anyway.
I like Spicy Misty's comment here. I'm so inspired by Jess. I wish she knew just how much it's amazing. I actually read that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. Not, minimizing you, Spicy Misty, but I think
She
there are
impacted
a
a lot of
lot.
people.
Yeah, there are a lot of stories in our community that don't get told. So yeah, I think I've got some ideas. I don't want to say too much, but yeah. You know what's crazy? So like talking about these text messages and shit with like, blowing up her phone and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I rarely text Jess since day one. For me, it's more of a like, she's who am I to like take up her time, right? That's just for me.
Right.
But as time has gone on, I remember the very first time I texted her was on Christmas. And I think, for every sort of milestone, I think I've texted her, like birthdays and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime that I have like some sort of maybe like gratitude or thank you or just any sort of like positivity, I want to make sure that I share it with her. And it's hard, right? Like when we're in a text message, because you can only like type so much and you don't want to like write a book and but anyways, I was just thinking about that there are times where I do want to, make sure that she knows like how thankful I am for certain things. So that's typically when I reach out.
And I feel like I text way less than I did in the beginning, because in the beginning,
Yes.
I knew there were things, I could tell there were things that she didn't know. And although I feel like she knows everything, but I could tell that there were things that she didn't know. And I know that also that she probably never had time to look at it,
Yeah.
or she did respond to me. I don't mean that. I mean to ever look at the stuff that I was talking about, because it's almost impossible to do that. And that's another reason why I like this channel, so that we can kind of do that. I guess it is connecting the dots or saying, hey, did you know this? One thing I don't think I did was say, oh, this person's talking shit about you. Because I feel like that has, I mean, she says, tell me or don't tell me, like she's going to decide. But I was kind of offended by somebody writing that she didn't reply to them or something, whatever they said. I don't remember what it was, because if you are really if you're a bunny, that's just not what bunnies do, in my opinion. Like, we know how busy she is. And I mean, I don't know what the topic was about or what the information was they needed or whatever, but still, to then publicly say something negative about it is, to me, I don't know, not nice.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. Is Ocean a robot for anybody else, or is that me? I hear robot Ocean.
Ray, does my voice sound okay?
You sound like a robot to me.
Well, I mean, you have robot ears, I think, but I'm not sure.
I mean, you can just... Okay, Ray says you're fine.
Okay.
So you can just keep talking and take over the show.
What? Stop it. I also was pretty far back from the mic, I think, because for some reason I have like this
No, it's like
knot
robot for
that I have
me.
had since this morning, and it's all tension. You know, like, have you ever had one of those where you're like, oh my God? Yeah.
Okay, you're better now. Maybe
Okay.
it's on my end.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, I will continue to play this.
What matters to me? Doing them, the freedom of choice, to choose to do what I want. And every day I live my life, I'm writing my obituary. I say this before, you should be writing your obituary every day. What will people write about you when you're gone? What will they say that you've done in this life? And I live my life like that. Everything from kindergarten until the age of 19 is not remarkable in any way because there was no choice. So if I had to, there's no as a child she participated in this or this or this or this. None of it. It didn't exist. Survived is what happened between, the ages of like 3 and 18. I survived. But after that, I've done a lot. And I'm thinking about this as I think about people who are actively out trying to destroy my life with my work, my channel, my income, trying to cause conflicts in my family, trying to do all of these things. These are people who, if we asked them, what would your obituary say? It's empty. There are no accomplishments. You can have friends. You can garden. That's wonderful. But what have you really done? What have you done? You can't fill your obituary with saying that you had 17 burner accounts on X. I'm dealing with people who would never do what I've done in my life. Never. And I don't want to isolate any of the besties or the bunnies or the fans or anybody who doesn't fall into the category that I'm going to describe. This isn't for you. There's going to be people who love me who do sit at home every day. This isn't about you. For all intents and purposes, fans are like free from me saying this. But I do a lot of shit. And these people are not on my fucking level. They're not. And I have to remind myself of this on days like today where I am dealing with some shit I can't talk about right now, but there's some shit I gotta do against people that I don't fucking like. And these people walk around in the world thinking that they got one on me, they're better than me, and they're not. Do you know that when I got hired by Victoria's Secret,
So I didn't catch that the first time, but she gives us a little nugget of information of something she possibly can't talk about. I kind of wonder if it's whatever legal stuff she was handling a couple of weeks ago. But respectfully, I'm definitely not going to pry. But yeah, I like to hear her say that she, keeps in mind that she's on a different level than these people, because that's what I see as an outsider. She's so outside of the league of so many of these people.
Well, something that we are going to talk about eventually tonight, but right now I really like talking about Jess and how great she is, because I feel like she is. And, I don't think we don't get the opportunity to tell her because we don't really talk, we type away, but we don't tell her. So we're telling her. But on top of that, the pressure of having people harass you every single day, every single day, every single day, every single day. People can say, just ignore it, or she can say she's ignoring it. Actually, it's impossible to ignore. It's impossible. And we're going to talk about that later, but it is good to keep in mind, because I think about the stuff that she does on a daily basis, and it's a lot. It's more than, I can remember a time in my life where I was like constantly doing stuff like that. but she's also on here talking to a huge audience, like 5-6 times a week. And that is a huge undertaking, let alone the political, the just the town stuff, which is kind of in a different realm than just political because it's where you live too. And, everything that she does and is involved with that we don't even know. But and her family. So kudos.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I just I guess I constantly think, how different would things be if she wasn't on X?
It doesn't
I
matter if she's on X, I don't think.
really
No, because
feel like the majority of the negativity is there.
I mean, sure, maybe she wouldn't see it. I mean, it's not going to stop them from doing it, but it's like they want to seek her out and show her,
Right.
So
Right.
they're on, and also her business sort of demands that she is on social media, like that's, part of what she does. And to, I'll never forget when she posted the Kelsey Fitzsimmons, that's one of the video of the cops on the porch. I think it was that one that I think she had like 1 million views. Well, that's 1 million people that saw what was happening to Kelsey Fitzsimmons that wouldn't have.
Right.
And so she's a reporter and she should be able to be on any social media platform she wants without being harassed. And it's just absurd. And I guess I'll just say this right now. I was going to say this later. It's not like we don't know who these people are. These are not anonymous trolls. These are people who we know who they are, and it's targeted and it's constant. And that is called harassment. And we can talk about that part of it later, but that's why I think it really doesn't matter. Also, because I feel like she has to be on there and has the right to be on there. And like, for instance, when she reports things from the courtroom and is tweeting live, I mean, we've all benefited from that. A lot of people that would have never been in a court or heard about a case get it from her. Anyway.
I'll continue.
Listen, I don't think there's anybody hasn't figured out. I'm feeling a little, I don't know. It's organically happening. I'm just not sure what I'm doing with my shows. I'm not sure what I'm doing with my career. I'm not sure if it's time to rebrand, if it's time to step away. I think I want to put Bunny After Dark on hiatus and come back fresh and different. I don't know what I want to do, but I'm just feeling a certain way about shit. I wish I could take the best parts of all I do and just deal with that, but I can't. I have to deal with all of the other stuff, the negative stuff, so I'm not going to, so the person, Random Brockton Whore asked me to not make content out of this, so I'm not going to talk about it specifically, but I've had 3 other fan interactions, 3 total, one similar to the other Brockton Whore, and then another one that is very, very different from those things, but all 3 of them are making me feel bad about fan interactions, and it's really hard to be in this like little ecosystem of like fans and people who like me. You start off like with none, and then all of a sudden you've got some, and then you get a lot, and then you get some that you like, and then you get some that you don't like. Some people are fans of mine, and I don't like the messages that they send. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say anything about it. First of all, I'm sure somebody is going to be hearing me say this, and they're going to think it's them that I'm talking about. It's not. Trust me. The person I'm talking about is not really anybody that you see here. Don't worry about it. We've talked about boundaries and like what people can and can't do. And I open up the door for everybody and everything. And it's eventually that's not going to go well. You know what I mean? Like 99.9% of the time it's great. There's going to be one time that it's not. So I'm feeling just a kind of way about it. And I actually do gravitate towards some different people like that I talk to more. There are women that I talk to more. Fairy godmother Linda, it's nobody's business. Although that's crazy because I tell you guys everything. Fairy godmother Linda talks to me about a lot of different things. It's not, just because she gave me a trip to Pensacola, like she's inadvertently become some sort of like a mentor in a couple of things. And, I don't like people are saying like, oh, I just listen to her or to respond to her. It's not that. You guys can't make a decision on who and when I like talk to people or whatever, I've always maintained you can text me. If you happen to have the other number, you can text me at that one. You can text me at the bestie hotline. I will always read your messages. I won't always respond. Because of the situation that happened, it forced me to take a look at my phone. I had 96 text messages, not 96 text messages, 96 different people texting me last week. It's overwhelming. And I'm recognizing that. I used to think I had a grasp on it and I could have meaningful conversations with everybody. There are people I used to talk to fell by the wayside because I just can't connect. It's a weird problem to have, and I don't know how to handle it. And I'm probably fumbling it and not doing it right. I don't know. I don't like the fact that it was, being discussed that I only talk to people who donate. It's not true.
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw that post on X. I'm assuming it had to do with random Brockton horror.
Yeah. Is that who wrote that one that was complaining about not getting an answer or something?
I don't know. Jess wrote the post.
Yeah, but
and she
I
had some
don't know.
screenshots.
I saw that name.
Anyways, I didn't really understand the complete context. Maybe somebody else can let me know exactly.
I might have this wrong, but I got the understanding that that person had been critical of her for not answering her or not responding to her, sort of like along the same lines as the merchandise thing. I don't know, but if you sell merch, occasionally you're going to have a problem, and if she doesn't get back to you right away, she's very trustworthy. She will, I'm sure of it. But having said that, I feel like maybe she's at the point where she needs somebody to help her in answering text messages or getting her to the ones that need her touch and, somebody else can answer, or helping her with whatever, setting up, researching things, finding things for her, that sort of thing. Doing things that help her channel grow. And that could be helping create videos or helping organize things, or I feel like a lot of it is the day-to-day dealing with her followers, because I know it's important to her to have a connection with the followers, and it's important for the channel that she does. But I feel also that if you text her, it's without not expecting a response. And one other thing I would say is she wants to make everybody happy. You can't make all the people happy all of the time. And instead of bringing attention to those people, I think some people in the chat feel like you've got a few detractors, but the rest of us are here in total support of you. So let's focus on the positive. Let's focus on the people that are here for you all the time, which I would say is a vast majority of the people. Because if you bring out the negative and you draw attention to that, it reinforces negative behavior. But it's also hard to ignore. It's very hard to ignore, which we are finding out. So those are mine.
Well, I have to say one thing too. I think it's just a natural evolution of friendships that not everyone is going to vibe with you or whatever you want to say. Like, she used the word connection. Like, a lot of those text messages just went to the wayside because she didn't have a connection. That's just natural, I think, with human beings. Like,
but it's
you
also,
and I may have a connection. I may not have a connection with someone else. It
right.
doesn't mean we're enemies.
But if you open your phone up to people and then it becomes unmanageable to me, then you either need to change that or you need to have someone help you manage it.
Yeah, I
And
do
a lot
agree
of
that
that is control, like whether or not, because I'm the same way. Like I feel like a lot of times I'm the only one that can do it right, or having worked with you, you're the only one that can do it right. So,
no, I
um,
agree.
you know what I mean? Like that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And
And giving us, in the beginning, giving us her cell phone number, it put expectations in a certain range
mhm.
that maybe were unrealistic, that are now definitely unrealistic,
But it still
and
sounds like just a few people that have a problem.
right, right.
And so, and I wonder if those are really her, if she's really friends with those people, then it wouldn't be a problem. They would
Yep.
be communicating a different way. So I feel like I don't know, but I just feel like these are people who have focused on the negative
Yeah,
and then put it out on Twitter or whatever, like
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. She did say that she had 96 different names, like 96 different people with unread messages from over the weekend. That's a shit ton.
But she has said frequently that she's got like 100 messages she hasn't read. I mean, I understand that. I get that. It depends on what you're doing with your job or whatever, but I've had jobs where I could have that many text messages. And that's when you have a phone that you have somebody else help you manage, or you figure out a system to do with it if you want to continue with that.
Yeah.
Somebody asked who Spicy was, so where was is this a Spicy message?
Who Spicy Misty is?
Yeah. Oh, and she became that because Jess was suspicious of her. See, I don't know the story. Spicy, you're gonna have to tell us the story of what's happening here.
Well, and I don't know if you guys caught a few days ago, she actually said that I was in her phone as someone like negative. Like she had me, I don't know if blocked is the right word, but it just sounds like she had me like classified under something else.
Well, you are a pain in the ass. I mean, let's face facts.
I'm like, oh shit, what did I say that like gave her red flag alert, She like tagged my profile as something. And then one day she's like, this doesn't make sense.
Queen is here. Queen Mary B.
Oh goodness.
We
Hi,
love
Mary
us
B.
some Mary B.
Love Mary B. Yes, you guys, if you don't follow Mary B, please do. Mary B 923. I just love her vibe so much. She does a little bit of meditation. She does a little bit of card reading. She's just a well-rounded woman. I love it.
She does a little bit of handling Danny and the boys up there.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Perfectly.
The queen of chat rats. But I know she's also trying to get to monetization, so go support me.
So do we have a link? And don't tell me to look it up because I am not good at this, but Mary B. Ray, are you here? Somebody, can you put it in the chat and then we'll pin it? Mary B, I guess you could write it on out in there.
Ray can probably handle it. I trust him.
Yeah.
Spicy Misty, she says, I'm really no one. I just hang out and chat. My name is Misty, who lives in North Georgia. Just hanging out.
All right. So if you know me, cancel that. I am really no one. Go back to the drawing board on that, please. That is unacceptable. Spicy Misty is a big cheerleader and we love her. And she's just always very positive. Although I do have to say, I saw her like straightening a few people out on that because I think a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there, I sort of lost my brain there when I'm thinking about
that's okay. So the next clip we have is
she has a very good point here. Hold on a second.
You found one.
Oh, no, that's Ray. Ray always has a good point. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But she said, wait. She said, I also want to say this. I follow a lot of streamers and I've never been given their phone numbers. Correct.
Yep.
And now I have to say, like, I have seen people do that, but only on occasions where they're letting people call in. Like I've seen Jimmy do that. I've seen Jess do that. I've seen other people, other creators do that. But I mean, I don't see Danny giving out his phone number for people to text him. That ain't happening, you know?
We only give our email address.
We may get a Google number, but we're not getting a cell phone.
Baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, plus you can always DM us too. Although for me, that's been a failed thing sometimes. So what else does she have to say? Because I'm fascinated, because I did miss this. And I know that not everybody could have heard this, and they certainly didn't get our take on things.
So the next part, she's going to start talking about Jeff. Jeff wants to come on her show.
And Jeff would like to come on my show this week. He said that, not me. I was just so, Jeff is like, what can I do about these people talking about me and saying things about my son or my ex-wife or whatever? And I said, you can't really do anything. I said, it's not harassment. It's just, it doesn't work out that way. And, it's just people have the ability to say what they want. If they lie, even then, you really have to have some sort of a tangible, it has to have some sort of a tangible impact on. This bus is stopped, but is just pulling over. So no stop sign. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go around you. Thank you so much. Have a good day. There's no kids on the bus. Oh, it's Fisher bus. Shocker. So, I said, even then, does it have an impact on your life? In a financial way, did it lead to something bad happening? It's tough. It's very tough. The threshold for this to be considered harassment is high. So he's like, well, then I want to tell my side. And I was like, well, a lot of people will say, by doing that, it gives validation to what they say. And he was like, fuck that. He's like, I'm not going to let people just go and say what they want about my old marriage and my life, and at least not me say the truth or my side. And I said, to your point, again, some people will say you shouldn't say anything at all. And he was adamant that that's not how he feels about it. And then he started asking, how big are the platforms of the people that are saying these things? And I said, not nearly as big as mine. And he said, well, so then if I go on your show and I tell my side, more people will see that than what they say. And I was like, yes, but we're getting into the semantics of this, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I want to go on. What are you doing? Are you doing Bunny After Dark this week? And I said, I am. And he's like, I want to do Bunny After Dark. I want to come on. I want to talk. And I said, okay. I was like, do you want me to ask you questions? He's like, no, can I just talk? And I was like, I feel that's dangerous. I think Jeff will have more. I think Jeff will have a harder time. Jeff has no filter. You think I'm bad. Jeff is far worse.
So what do you think about this, Ocean?
Does she think we don't know Jeff? Because we do. And I think that if he needs a platform, hold on. I didn't think this out. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm just going to pull this out for a second. I feel like I don't blame him because, and she's right, it might not do anything to help, but if it makes him feel better, then good. And again, I'm going to say it's going to be the same people who respond. And I kind of disagree with her about what can be done. And also it depends on the state, what it is that you have to have happen to you as a result of this. So that's one of the things we were going to talk about. Now, can you go get a restraining order against everybody? No. But if it is a targeted, persistent posting of either detrimental statements or your photo, and then people can comment on your photo. If you get a persistent and sustained effort of that, it can be classified as harassment. One of the reasons I know a little bit about this is because as a school administrator, the kids were hours from the minute they left the school until the time they got home. And some of these kids were on the bus for like an hour. I mean, it's crazy. And so if things happened online or even after they got home, if it was an online thing, we were involved. And it was exhausting. And but I talked to a lot of police about this because of the fact that you have to deal with it. And every state has a little bit of a different interpretation about it. But if you can present something where you can see that the same people have made an organized effort to defame you, or not even to defame you, if it makes you feel anxious or it interferes with your life, which is what it's doing. If he wants to respond, then I say let him respond. And I don't think he can be any more unfiltered than Turtle Boy, let's say, you know? I don't know. What do you think?
Very true. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think if he up until this point, he hasn't felt the need to come on and talk, but now he does for whatever reason. I say,
well,
let him.
When he has come on before, it has been fun. It's been, he's adds a dimension to it because he's very fun loving. You can see them interact and it's, it's great.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on for a while. And I can see where the thrill would wear off on this. Plus, he's got guitar to play. But I don't know that this has been going on, attacking him until recently. And so I don't know if he feels called now because he wants to put an end to it, because you hope it's going to put an end to it. You hope if you do 3 or 4 shows about what's really happening, people aren't going to say, I'm just defending myself. But that's not necessarily what's going to happen. They might not, they might just continue on, but they're going to do it anyway. So at least it gives them an opportunity to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right. The last one I have.
Feeling about everything I'm doing lately. I think going back and looking at some of the things that have been going on for the past week or so, I think it's, to me, when I've listened to a couple shows, I've gone back and listened to comments. Of course, I read every message or every email. I am just not really proud of the shows as of late. I feel I don't want to even be doing this show right now. I don't want to be doing it. I think it's trash. I think I'm not giving anything. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to figure it out.
That really broke me to hear her say that.
That's a spiral of negative self-talk. And that's why I am happy that we can talk about this, because if you only have yourself to go over this with,
right,
and then you get into a pattern of just not thinking you're any good, and then you just hear your own voice in your head all the time. I feel like it would be nice if maybe I don't know who she's close to. Like, I don't know if she has a relationship with Melanie Little or anybody like that, but I'm sure that Melanie Little has gone through times of self-doubt. Or I know that she had her own issues with online trolls and stuff. And she's no nonsense like Jess or someone else. I don't know who else it would be, but to get feedback too about her show, because I mean, we love her, but I do think to have somebody else that does it maybe on the same level that she does would be good to be able to talk to.
Yeah.
That's
I do think the Melanie Little point is very valid. I think somebody was in the chat this morning mentioning exactly that, that we wish we could connect those two. She seems like she could be a good voice of reason in this situation.
Mhm.
And I really do hope that they connect.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. And I kind of wonder too, she has told us in the past that, trolls, haters, like all this negative, text messaging complaints that she fields. But she goes back to her numbers and she looks at her numbers and she still sees growth.
Mhm.
That was what, that was like 4 weeks ago, because I remember you and I were starting the channel and I was like, this is really good advice for you and me. I remember, I think either I clipped it or I took the timestamp and I shared it with you. And I was like, this is really good advice that we need to keep in mind. And she was saying exactly that. She's like, you're complaining and I hear you complaining, but yet, according to my numbers, you are less than 1%. And if that's still the case, is this really her show? Or is it just a lifestyle thing right now that she's
I don't think
tired? She needs a
I don't think
break.
it's her show. I think it is
Yeah.
constantly facing this coordinated effort to I hate to say shit on her because there's so many other things. It is to, make you feel like you're not doing what you want to be doing and, that your content's not good. But again, and I mean, we have seen how not only does that one person who has the negative things to say impact you, but then all the people, you've seen these Twitter circles that, everybody's like, this is who I'm talking to. So you think, okay, well, they're also talking to all these other people that I also have a connection with or something. And so it is more than just that one person that's standing out to you, because there's always connections to other people. And I think we've seen that, especially this past week. And so it's makes you reevaluate what you're doing, but it's not her content. And we could say that all night long, but it's that spiral you get in your head when you think that that it's you.
Yeah, I agree. So I think it's Spicy Misty in the chat. She's talking about negative self-talk, and it made me think of something, and I don't know if there's anybody listening that has seen this video before. There's a video out there somewhere, probably on YouTube, of this older woman who is talking negatively about herself, but then the perspective sort of like changes. And she's then talking to her daughter saying the exact same words.
Mhm.
The jarring effect that it causes is, if you wouldn't speak to your daughter that way, why would you do it to yourself? Has anybody seen that before or something similar to it? I'd love to find that video again and share that with everybody. I mean, I just felt like
Well,
that was powerful.
it is. It is. And Jess heard a lot of negative talk towards her, directed at her. So it's only natural that it's going to, then she carries it on. But she has managed to break that and not do that with her own kids. So that is what makes me feel like, I don't know if it's awareness or if it's just a real effort, or if it's talking to somebody who can teach her strategies. Because I mean, there's a lot online about that, but that's why I said before about the stop sign and just picturing a stop sign, like every time you do that to yourself,
Yeah.
something concrete, because it's bad, and we're our own worst enemies. Like we all do that to ourselves.
Yep.
But what she's doing right now, and one of the reasons why I really wanted to do this YouTube thing with you, is because when you're doing it by yourself, then you don't always have somebody else that you can like talk things over. How'd that go? What should we do different?
Yep.
Which is another reason why I think having someone who she trusts, who can assist her, who has skills in that area, it's a sounding board. It's somebody that you can bounce ideas off. And I mean, I do think she's the idea person for sure, but just to help implement all that stuff and to streamline like the phone, the chat, the whatever it is, to help her get the feedback that is important.
Yeah.
And
I
kind
agree.
of less to the negative. Okay, let's see what this says. The negative talk is confronting. You're going to have to read this one.
Jess has internal bad thoughts still in her head. I wish she read the chat more often to realize she is not a bad person. Yeah, Donna, she does say that she goes back and she reads the chat. I hope she's still doing that. There is a lot of positivity in the chat. I mean, anytime I hear her talk negatively about herself, I'm telling her to stop. It's a good reminder for myself as well. Like I hear her do it, and I may do it later in the day and realize, oh, I was telling Jess not to do that earlier. It's just but Ocean's right. Like this is very much ingrained in our brains when we are children. If we are spoken to this way, of course we're going to grow up and speak to ourselves this way. It's just natural. You have to make a conscious effort to make the change. Yeah.
So I see people in the chat talking about not having a relationship with the son. I don't think that's what this is about for Jeff. I think what it's about is people taking information off the internet and concocting their own story, and he's looking to tell it as his story, not somebody else's story. More so than, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, like he's ready to take his power back. He's ready to tell his story, right? The truth. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, his story got spun into one that is in the script of the people who published it.
Right.
They told the story however they wanted to tell the story, just then retold the story, but it's really Jeff's story. And I feel like I understand her frustration with the idea it's not going to help in any way. I just don't know how it can really make it worse, because I don't know. I guess it could if people, then start saying bad things, but if it's that he wants an opportunity to talk, then I think it would be good for him.
Yeah.
But that's, I don't know.
Yep. I'm supportive of it. Let's get Jesty on. Bunny After Dark finale edition.
Right. We'll go on with him. Just
what is it called? Season finale.
Well, I like to, if she does take a break from Bunny After Dark, it could be summer vacation. Things change over the summer. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and so
Also, I do not hold anything until, I mean, she decides whatever she's doing, but I just feel like it's hard to. I'm just gonna wait and see. That's all I can say. That's just me.
There's something in marketing. I can't think of the term at the moment, but there's something where you have to leave something to be desired. Like you can't keep giving, giving, giving.
Leave them wanting more. I mean, I know.
Yes. So even if, she's going live 5 days a week, what if she went live Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Can you imagine how feral we would be Tuesday night and Thursday night because we would know she's going to be on, in the morning? We would have something to look forward to. I don't know.
I feel like people look forward to her 5 days a week and on Wednesday nights, I mean, she has.
But if she wants to cut back a little bit, I don't think it's going to upset anyone. I think it's just going to make us want to see her more.
So here's somebody who says, y'all seem to just want to hear more drama from their family. A good friend would say, don't do it. And that could be your point of view. My point of view wasn't about drama. My point of view was somebody took his story, made it into their own drama, and he wants to tell a story, I guess, that's different than, from his point of view.
Yeah. He's ready to speak his truth. Like he's ready to tell his side of the story because he's tired of hearing all of these people on the internet who pull public docs, make their own story in their head and online and on Twitter. I think he's ready to talk. And he asked her to talk. So
right. And always they're creating the story in order to make the person look as bad as possible. That's their goal. And, these people have quite a reputation for it. We know that they do. I like this comment. Bolaschetti, just think about when our television shows back in the day used to go on hiatus during the summer and they were all reruns and we had to wait till the fall to get new shows.
See?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
even nowadays, like, Game of Thrones, like we used to wait a year or two between those seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, if she wants to cut back a little bit, I think everybody would be okay.
Yeah. I feel like she would do something else. She would write. She's not going to stop doing. I don't think it's in her to stop doing. 100% Oceans. He wants to correct the record and he deserves to.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what this says. Oh, Falk. This is to somebody else. Do you agree with the father of Kelsey's baby is in the right? Same idea. Only in the story, it's the mother that is estranged from her child. Yeah. I mean, I really feel like, estrangement is a difficult topic and it's his topic. It's his topic. It wasn't theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And isn't his son graduating this year?
I don't know.
He's a senior.
I really feel like it's not about his plan or no plan. It's more about correcting what was already said.
Yeah. Well, she just mentioned like he's not worried anymore about what is said. He doesn't care, and I kind of wonder if it's because he feels like, his son is getting to the age of 18 and
but if he didn't care, would he want to come on and say something?
I mean, I guess not, I don't know. I mean, I think what she meant by he didn't care is maybe like there's no more court proceedings. She was more worried about saying something negative about the mother and having that out on the internet for all of time.
Right.
And it putting her in a bad light.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's deep and it's personal and it's his to tell or not tell, but I can understand why he wants to tell it. I can also understand her knowing who these people are, and you know, I mean, it's complex. It's a complex situation, and it's a damn
Very.
shame that these few people run us like this.
Yep.
In my opinion. So.
Yep.
So, I think that people want to. What other
Take a
clips
break?
do you have? No,
Intermission?
What other clips do you have?
I don't. That's
Oh, you
all. That's
don't?
all I have.
Well, I have a
Yep.
clip there. So I've seen people say, "Are we going to talk about J7's text messages?"
Oh, which
And
ones?
the ones that were posted last night.
Oh,
So I have that clip from this morning. It's right here. And I tried to do it so that the comments would be big, because it's really hard to read all the comments in the chat. So
it is.
yeah, I mean,
It's not intentional, I promise.
oh yeah, I didn't even mean I didn't even mean our chat. I meant her chat, because
Oh.
it's so fast. There's so many. Yeah, press play. That's what we're hearing. Press play. Add
Press
stage.
play on what?
Whoa. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. I was trying to add to stage and it started playing. Can you add it? Oh.
Is it about Baker's texts? Yes. Baker's texts are being posted. Aiden talked about it on a bus stop live. It's already 10:30. Aiden wasn't feeling it this morning. Hold on. He sounded down. Okay, so hot and bravoed. Where's Jay Walsh? She posted. Oh, she posted the screenshots. She posted the screenshots of the sexting between her and Baker. And then, oh my God. Is this a fleshlight? What am I looking at? Oh boy. Yikes. Okay, I need to look here. So let me go here. Let me go here. I need to just look at this. First of all, are these things still up?
Spicy Misty comment.
I don't know if they're still up. Where was this? I will investigate later. I don't see it, but I don't know what time it was, so I'm still scrolling. Hold on. I'm looking. I don't see it. Are these gone? Did these things go away? They're not up. Okay, so I'm searching for nothing. Alrighty. Well, there's that. Bay Harbor Beauty sent me something. I'm going to open it. Do I have something that I can use too? Do I have a tool? I have a tool. I have scissors. I have a tool. Also, I need to clean this car, like vacuum it. Wedding weekend, it was destroyed. What is Bay Harbor Beauty sending me today?
I was just letting the comments, because they keep.
What's this? What is this? What is this? What is this little thing? Unscrew the wooden cap and remove the inner plastic stopper. Screw the cap back on tightly. Tip the bottle upside down for 10 seconds to soak up the cap. Hang freely and enjoy your fragrance. Retip as needed to refresh scent. Bay Harbor Beauty. It's this cute little charming little thing, and it goes in my car. What is this? What's it smell like? What is this? What is this? Wait, what is this scent? Is she here? Is she in the chat?
Done, or is she?
Yeah, but
She's going to keep going.
I show you.
Comments that
What is
this? I don't know if
what is this? It's this charming little thing. Hi, she's here, Julie. What is this charming little thing? I'm going to put it on my car and hang it on my. It's very cute, and also it has like a very good smell, and I'm like a smell girl. So charming.
So, I guess on Turtle Boy, did you watch Turtle Boy?
Parts of it. I think, or I started to watch it. I don't think I finished it.
So, I guess he saw some texts. He didn't name her. He didn't name
Right.
J7.
Right.
But he said, hold on a second, because I'm sorry. My comment to her, which I didn't play, was, "Did you really just say gag gifts? Like, no way." So what had happened was, first of all, Baker, I don't know if he's landed in Tennessee or not, but once a year he comes to the US, and this is the weekend or the week. And so he's on his way. And I think that's why people were saying, "Are you going to ruin his trip?" I don't know that anything's going to ruin his trip, but this is another example of how things go awry when people are being harassed on the internet. And in my opinion, this probably wouldn't have happened if J7 hadn't been on a Spaces. She went to the Spaces because two women held a Spaces to condemn her, judge her, talk to everyone about what a terrible person she was, because they did not like her relationship with Baker or with Jake. And so they took the opportunity to have this Spaces. And now this is just my interpretation of things. On the Spaces, it was very, because I was listening, it was very aggressive. It was very aggressive and super negative about J7. Now, the person, Messy Jessie, who was having the Spaces, is the same person last week who was sort of screaming at J7 on other people's channels. And this is an example of where I think, not that I'm saying that there's any reason that she did this, but I think it was a buildup of this toxicity and this screaming and this, judgment of her.
Yeah.
And
so Aaron says it was a space to bash J7 for
Yes,
me. Yeah.
exactly.
So that's exactly what I was going to say. So it's just a public harassing session in Spaces, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't the first one. I mean, I feel like the one
Right.
lady who was
What
on
they've
there
been doing.
was, I've never heard her before, and she seemed like by herself she might have been more rational, but together, and especially the Messy Jessie person, were Messy Jessie's goal in all of this. Every time I've heard her, and the first time we heard her was when we got dumped into Jake's Spaces last week, has been just a screaming barrage of negativity towards J7, name calling, body shaming, on and on and on.
Yep.
And I mean, J7 had made it clear that she had some stuff going on in her life, and this was making everything really hard. And not even hard. I mean, it was just horrendous. That is an example of online bullying, in my opinion. What we saw that Messy Jessie do last week and last night was online bullying. However, you could make the argument that J7 shouldn't have gone there. She could make the argument, I can go wherever I want and do whatever I want and say whatever I want. And it seems like she was blaming Jake for planning this with them. That to me was not evident at all. But even if it was, the person that suffered was Baker. Like that's what got put out there. And
I'm ready for her to just move on. Why do we have to keep doing this?
Yeah.
So why did these screenshots get shared in this spaces?
She posted them there. I don't know why.
Like she wasn't trying to prove something, or
she was mad. And she also said something on air. I'm not going there. What she said to this lady who's been harassing her, in my opinion, or, just a barrage of things. Again, J7 is not the type of person to back down from a fight. There's a fight, she's going to show up, and that's fine. And this is a good point. J7 was trying to rebut a lie, and basically they wouldn't let her talk. And I know personally how frustrating that is, because that's what happened with me and Valerie. And I wasn't even trying to have a fight. I was just trying to tell a series of events about nothing related to her. So it's very frustrating when you get shut down. And I bet she got kicked off. Like they let her talk for like a couple minutes, and then they would shut her off. And then this continued on. And yeah, it wasn't a fight. So Iris, are you the person that was up there? I can't remember.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Like the name.
So I did feel like if this is the person I said was trying to be more reasonable, but when you think about it in the context that it happened, which is totally anti J7, I just don't know when a spaces like that is ever the thing to do.
Say that again.
To me, having a spaces to try and, unless you're just there to bash the person, it's like, what was the purpose of that? I don't understand.
Oh, I know. Yeah. That's been my opinion since day one. Like, I've never heard of any problems being solved in the space. It's like a bash session or public humiliation group sesh. A bunch of mean girls come together and talk shitty about each other, and it's like a silo. It's like they're in an echo chamber. They surround themselves with people of the same minds, and they just convince each other that their opinions are accurate, correct, and it's gross. It's gross.
Yeah. I also don't know. You're absolutely right about everything you just said. Now, Iris did co-host, and as I said, she seemed to be trying to.
The one in the chat. Yeah,
Iris was co-hosting. I don't know. I'll explain myself. That is not my intention. What the problem is, the other person, it was her intention, because it's been her intention every time we've seen her deal with J7. And one of the question is, I don't know, I forget who it was that went up there, but she was masterful in the questions that she asked. She was asking, have either of them, these two guys, Baker or Jake, authorized you to speak for them? And she, not Iris, but what Messy Jessie would say, one of them has, but she wouldn't say which one. And the person who was up there asking the question said, well, it's my understanding that neither of them have authorized you to speak for them. So why are you doing this? Why is this your business? Why are you up here condemning J7? That's not your job.
Right.
Okay. And so I think that Iris was she was mostly for Jake. She felt like his behavior, or her, J7's behavior towards Jake, was not acceptable. However, I just left a chat where Jake was in there, like he was watching her show, as he does all the time. And they have their own relationship, their own thing. And he's an adult. He wasn't there. He wasn't up there, as somebody put, in the dog pile, you know? So I just felt like it was about the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen in my life. And then the discussion got very heated, and, you know, anyway, so J7 posted what she did, and then it took the stuff down, I guess, this morning. You're not for Jake?
After,
Oh, I thought I heard you say you were. Whoops, that's the wrong person.
After Turtle Boy told her to take it down, she took it down, or she took it down before that?
I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, exactly. And this is a great summary right here. Unfortunately, it's rinse and repeat with those two, Jake and J7. Yes, they're oil and water, and we know that, but it's their oil and water, I guess. And I don't know why this messy Jessie is so inserted into this. I don't have anything against her. I don't know her. However, she feels like we have come after Valerie like she's going after J7. And that's ridiculous. Nothing could be.
We have gone after Valerie like she's going after Jason.
Messy Jessie wrote that in a message to me last night. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, absolutely not. That has not happened. That would never happen, because we would never in a million years. So anyhow, it turns out at the end, she said, Messy Jessie said she was in fact acting on behalf of Baker. Baker went on the World Wide Web and said, no, you're not. I don't even know you. So that was the end of that. However, in the meantime, you know, these pictures have been posted, and, you know, I don't even know how big of a deal it is, these pictures. I don't know. Turtle Boy didn't like it. I can understand why. And I guess that's all up to Baker and J7.
Yeah.
End of story.
I think most of you know me well. I'm not a, you know, two wrongs makes a right type person. Like, whenever I see a wrong after a wrong after a wrong, like, your bad behavior can never be justified if you were the one to make the first decision originally. You know, like, I'm never going to agree with problems trying to be solved in these spaces. Like, it's just stupid. A relationship is between two people, unless you agree that there's a third or a fourth. You get my drift. But, like, Jake and J7, that's on them. What happens in their relationship, I can tell her, you know, certain things, but I can only lead her to water. I can't make her drink.
Right.
I don't know, like, this whole Baker thing, it's getting old. It's like, why are we still talking about this? Why is this still making her?
Well, I think until Jake came along that she was perpetuating that. I don't know what on earth would have caused posting them, except that it was in the heat of anger. She was pissed. And so that's what she did. I mean, I just as an observer here, I didn't talk to her about it, so I don't know. But Iris, I don't know what you're talking about. So many creators turned a blind eye when J7 uses suicide as a joke. I have never heard her do that. I don't think it's a joke. I do know that she had someone very close to her, and she said that last night, who committed suicide, and she said that's her way of dealing with it. I know that death is, you know, people have different ways of dealing with things, and I guess we might not like it, but it's not really. You said your intention was to call out how mean she is for no reason. But that's kind of two different things, what you just said, because they're big things. And, again, I've never really seen her be mean to anybody.
Who, J7?
Yeah, except Val. I mean, she and Val have their thing. But other than that, I've never seen her be mean. Well, I don't know. I'm not always around J7. I have no idea. It's not my job. And when are we getting that merch? It's not my job because it's really seriously my favorite. I met J7 at Jess meetup. Nice girl, Jake's mean. Okay, so Iris, this same girl who you think is mean, you know that when Jess Machado put an all call out to people that there was a girl who was had to get out of a house. It was a bad situation. She'd been abused. And J7 got her an apartment, got her moved into the apartment. The apartment didn't work out. Got a cleaning crew. I think got a cleaning crew to come into that apartment and clean it. And then did the same thing again to move her somewhere else. I mean, she does stuff for people all the time. And I don't know. I don't know any other thing except that I've never seen her be mean.
So let me go back to the suicidal comments.
Mhm.
So it looks like there was some talk about Jake's profile picture. Is that part of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
is.
Okay. And then there was also a comment made in the spaces about Messy Jesse's dad.
Yeah. Well, I hold on one second because
Okay.
Iris did say, and I heard her say last night that she has an amazing heart. True. But I just I saw that you put it in there and I heard you say it last night too. I just again, maybe if it had just been you having a conversation with her, things would have turned out a lot differently. But in that spaces with another person whose intent has not ever been to me, but to be just first of all, to align herself with Jake is what she was doing when they were arguing, and then to just try and make J7 feel as bad as possible. That was her intent. She continued it last night. And then I'm not going into what she said because I feel like that's not even my thing. But if you want to, feel free.
What?
About about the comment about what J7 said.
Oh, there's nothing to go into. I mean, I don't agree with saying that to someone.
I don't either.
It's very cruel. And again, like it's no excuse, but we know she's going through something, some sort of crisis, trauma after trauma after trauma, and I think her behavior dictates that. I heard that she was given an opportunity to apologize, and she said something to the effect of, "I'm sorry I upset you." If it were me, I wouldn't accept that as an apology, but that's just me. I would want her to say, "I'm sorry I said that," because then she's taking accountability for her words that came out of her mouth, not
she
the
wasn't
person's emotions.
She wasn't taking accountability because she was trying to be a dick. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't like those words if that's how they came out. I'm sorry I
heard them.
upset you versus I'm sorry I said that.
Yeah.
You know?
But
like taking ownership of what you actually said.
But
yeah, that's just me.
So I understand that, but guess who else doesn't ever do that sort of thing? The KMS guys. I mean, that's not how they roll.
And that's a whole other bullshit. I'm so sick and tired of this is all a joke. This is all sarcasm.
It's not a joke.
But that's exactly what they run to. Any type of argument that we try to make, oh, it's just a joke. It's not that deep. It's not serious. Right. This is our humor. Like bullshit. Like whatever.
Well,
Anyways, let me get off my soapbox.
Look, Iris, we agree that the things that she said last night, as far as in response to Messy Jessie, was terrible. Okay.
Yeah.
But also, I can't speak for her, and no, I haven't seen her do these things that you're talking about. But again, if it's in the context of Spaces or in with the KMS guys, I haven't seen any of that because I don't watch it. But around me, and I mean around us, I've never seen her be anything but really nice. Now, as Moon said, this whole experience of different people's of having to deal with a lot of crises in her life is new, and it just happened. And then on top of it, all this other stuff happened with the photos and stuff. And I'm not trying to make an excuse for posting the stuff or what she said, and she can speak for herself about that. But I don't know. I just thought that the intent, not from you, but from the other person. And also, Iris, I did want to say, you said she wouldn't talk to you, but what Messy Jessie kept cutting her off when she was trying to respond to you. So I don't know. Just wasn't a good situation, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, back
There's
at the
more?
ranch. No, not about this. No. How do we remove this? It says keep saying add to stage. Oh, I know. Here. Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need you anymore. Okay. Well, I don't know because I was only there when you were, so I don't know what happened before. But anyway, agreed. I wasn't co-host until the end. So I'm glad you're here though. And this is so weird because we can't really talk, but you know, I was there. I don't condone it whatsoever, but I do understand the reactiveness. Perfectly said. So, Moons.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can Aaron, I agree. I can totally see the reactiveness as well on both parties.
I don't know if it was recorded or not, but I think it was deleted as it should
I
have
don't
been.
think it was. I just checked. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it had quite a gathering.
I think there was some maybe clips, but
I mean, it's something that isn't worth preserving, in my opinion.
Right.
For anyone, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like it made anybody look good. I don't think. So I know Iris probably had very good intentions, but it just didn't turn out that way. This is the problem. Just let it slide. It's not okay. Iris, we can't fix other people, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, like, what would you say the solution is, Iris? What would you want the solution to be? Do you want me to publicly humiliate J7? Do you want me to like shame her publicly? I mean,
I don't know. Like, as
I do
said,
not agree with the words that come out of her mouth a lot of the times. There's a reason why I don't repeat them. That's just me. I can't make her do a certain thing or say a certain thing. I really wanted her to apologize to that woman, but it sounds like she did, but in her own way. I don't know if she accepted the apology. I don't know how she feels today, but I have a very close friend whose father committed suicide, and it just hit like really close to home.
Mm-hmm. And this.
So what's your solution, Iris? I'm not trying to bully you. I'm legitimately asking, what is the solution? Is not our, it's not our responsibility. We've told her she needs to move on. You know what I've told her, and I'll tell everybody here, your self-worth is too low. you have got to raise the bar on how these men are treating you. You know, if they treat you a certain way on Monday and that's not acceptable, then you cut them off. You put a boundary. You don't hang out with them on Tuesday and tell them, you know, positive things. Like, you just don't, because then they're going to do it again. And if they do it again, it's going to be even worse. And we've seen how bad it's gotten.
Mhm.
It's preposterous. I just, J7's a little bit younger than me, but not by a lot. But I have a really bad habit of treating people like my children. Like, if she was my daughter, I would tell her, kick this man to the curb. Do not give him your time, your energy. It's not worth it. And move on. Like,
And I would say another thing about her, though, is because she has this big heart and she thinks he needs her in other ways, like to help with rehab or whatever. Like, she's so determined to help that she'll do it whether he wants her help or not. And he sends so many mixed messages, who the hell knows? But, like, I mean, again, I guess, I don't know. I don't know what to say, except it's not my job.
yeah, it's not my place to judge. I can only be here as a support. And J7 started her channel a little bit before we did. And so, you know, I'm sure there's going to be times when I have questions like, hey, did you go through this? Or, hey, you know, like, I want to be able to lean on her as someone who's in this network of, you know, small YouTube channels or whatever we are. It just really sucks that her relationships are, you know, so public.
Yeah. Mary B said, we're being her friends. I've told her the same. I offer support, not judgment. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's complicated.
Yeah.
I never thought it would be. I know. I only say that because that's what the jury foreman said. It's not my job. And I swear to God, it's just come in handy like a lot of different times. It's hard to not like want to help. And, you know, when you see somebody who is in pain, but like Mary B said, it's support, not judgment. And that's why she's got to work it out herself.
Yeah. And this comment here, I like this, just hope J7 figures it all out and grows from everything. And I think that's a key piece of my life is, you know, just learning from your mistakes and growing. I hope that she's learning from some of her mistakes here and she is growing as a woman, but I don't.
I will also say that she was, she's had somebody just persistently attack her. And then a second person joined in. So again, it's all reactionary. It's combined with other emotional things that are going on. It's kind of like a time bomb or something. And I don't know.
And also, is it a coincidence to anyone that it seems like the people that this happens with are, I wouldn't say like a key player, but let's just say like she's well known in the community. I know when I was new here, I looked to Jess as well known, popular. She was in multiple channels. She was referred to by different creators by name. She would send them gifts. Same with Baker. Like, I always thought she was very well liked. And then,
J7, right?
Yeah.
At first I meant the other Jess. Yeah,
she hasn't always been J7, so until recently, I think, right? Like, she used to be J Walsh.
She could be Jewish 7 too. I mean, ask Mary B.
Yeah.
Okay.
So or Hot and Bravo'd, really.
Hot and Bravo.
Is how I first learned of her.
Right.
Um,
She's very happy-go-lucky. She's very
Yeah.
happy-go-lucky. But you know
Yep.
what? Sometimes shit happens, and I believe this is her shit happened era.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
do believe that she will work through it because I just think that's her spirit that she will, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
She won the Best New Chatter Award in the 2025 Bakies. I
I
didn't
don't even know what that
that.
means. What does that
I
mean?
think he has like
Did you just take that
awards.
down?
Well, I'm sure both of us are like
Oh,
clicking on it at the same time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's fun. We should
Yeah.
do that. We should totally copy.
I don't even know what that is. Okay. Nor do I care.
I think there's different categories, you know, like high school graduation, like most likely to succeed, most likely to skip school. What were you in high
Me,
school?
I was voted least seen in school, which I loved. And I wasn't there, like, when they had the awards thing. I was at a concert, and the principal said, "Oh, it's most fitting that she's not here for her award."
Right. Mm-hmm.
You're calling out Messy Jessie for her behavior, yet J7 has done the exact same thing to multiple people, and you're letting that go because she has problems. No, I'm letting it go because I didn't see it. Okay? And I did see Messy Jessie.
We're not letting it go.
Right. I mean, I don't know what to address here. And I don't think, I would say again, Iris, you're going to have to talk to her on your own if you feel like compelled to, or just ignore her,
Yeah. I don't agree with any human on this platform or any platform being disrespectful, body shaming, name calling, public humiliating. I mean, I could go on and on and on of the things that I've observed on X. It's gross. It's childish. And it not only is just bad behavior, it's leading to things that are affecting our personal lives. So, Iris, I want to say that, like, you were mentioning something about bullying and stuff and how that's such a problem in this world. I completely agree.
But it sounds like she's also saying that J7 is going to drive somebody to do something to themselves.
If she does, there's nothing I can do about that.
I mean, I don't see this.
I mean, unless I see the knife in her hand.
I mean, that's not what she's saying. But anyway, I think that's enough of this topic because I don't think what we can say is going to make you happy, Iris. It's not that we're not trying to be reasonable here, but we also love J7. And, we just don't see her in that. I don't see her as somebody that would ever do something like that. Anyway.
Yeah, we're all adults. Let's act like it. Let's learn how to agree to disagree without retaliation.
I mean, hold on a second. Well, thank you for not getting the actual truth about the situation. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Well, there's 3 sides to every story, right?
Yeah. I don't even know what to say to that. All I know is what I saw last night. That's all I can speak to. And what I saw the other night. And that's all I can speak to. And a lot of people saw Messy Jessie's behavior the other night because we all came from Jimmy's chat. And it was bad. So there were a lot of people in there who all have that same opinion. And I'm not trying to say that you're not right about anything. I just, we all see what we see because we're there and we see it then. And I wasn't there except for the 2 times that I saw. And those were enough to last me a lifetime. Anyway. Do
you have something else for us?
Well, I have a lot more, but I feel like tonight that was about it. And maybe we can pick up tomorrow night with what I wanted to talk about, which is,
of course,
all about the harassment and the law and, things that you can do in response to people's behavior instead of having to feel. I mean, nobody should have to feel like they have to watch what they say because people are going to come after them in this whole coordinated attack thing. And I do want to show what happens when people do that. And we'll just have to come back tomorrow because it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, I don't know if any of our mods are still here, but thank you to our mods if you are still here. Thank you, Iris, for coming in and sharing your opinion and not getting out of hand.
I think Iris has been here before, and I'm glad that she came.
Yeah.
Well done, ladies. Have a great evening. Thank you, Detroit 2.0. Is it 2.0? Oh, nothing. Wait, what? Oh, nothing positive? What do you mean? I mean, Bolus Getty, get back here tomorrow. I can't. I'm drained by this, to tell you the truth. It's been a lot. So
thank you, Nene.
Please give it a like on the way out.
Yes,
And
please
yes,
touch
please
all
share.
the buttons. Share. Replay crew, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for rewatching. I know I forget something. I always forget something. Thank you, Jess Machado, for all you've done for us. She gave us a beautiful shout out this morning.
Yes.
I think we might have a new outro. Let me see.
Oh, really? Thank you guys for being here. All of you. We really appreciate it. And this is how we grow, by reading the chat and talking to you guys.
Yep. Thank you so much for all your comments about my health.
Oh, turn the page. Yeah, well, we can't turn the page for anybody else, and we're all good.
I keep saying, Diane says I sound better. That's good. I don't know.
As far as your voice, yeah, you do. You sound better.
My ear is like clogged, so I don't know if that changes my voice, but my ear is still clogged. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have 2 ears. I keep saying that every day. All right. Well,
all right, play us out of here.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Guys.
See you tomorrow.
I do also want to say something as well. Now, Oceans and Moons have started a channel. I know there's at least 500 subscribers there. They have started a channel. Both of these women started off maybe following other channels, but they were both followers of mine. I offered a class to show people how to use YouTube and how to use StreamYard. It was really for people that had absolutely no knowledge on how to do it. And I shared it with them. And they've both started a channel together, and much of the content is adjacent to what I do. They talk about my show, but they also talk about other things that are in this ecosystem and arena. And what I really have to acknowledge here is they both watch me. They both watch Aiden. They watch Jimmy. And they are very well aware of the environment surrounding people that talk about the things that we talk about. They have seen firsthand what people do to me. They see firsthand what happens on the internet when Aiden does what he does. And they just don't give a fuck. They know what's going to happen. They knew they would be a target. They knew that old mayor can't come to the phone right now account is going to post about them. They knew that they were going to dox them. They knew that they were going to get dug into. They knew everything. There was nothing that wasn't, they knew it all. And still were like, you know what? I still want to do a show. I still want to try. I still want to go talk about stuff. And they knew all of the things that could happen, and they did it anyway. And I have to give them credit because it's not for the faint of heart. And by the way, I think they're 2 women who I suspect would not care. They both have careers. They both have families. They both reputable women. They're not getting their cars repoed like me. And they were just like, you know what? I want to be a part of this, and I'm going to do it, and we're going to make a go at it. And they're good at it. And I think they're going to get better, actually. Listen, I'm not going to say that it's a great show from start to finish. There's tweaking. It's going to continue to get better as they go. It's already better than what it was from the first one. The flow is different. It's structured. It's got structure. But all of that aside, they knew that they would be targets, and they still did it anyway. And I just got to give them a lot of credit for that. It takes a lot to walk into the fire here, knowing that you're going to get dragged, knowing they're going to fucking start Googling you and looking up your house and all this shit like that. And listen, I don't believe anybody's going to dig up any goddamn fucking DUIs. I can tell you that. But I love that they're doing it. I love the pre-games. I feel special and honored that my show has had enough of growth and impact that there are people who do shows and talk about my show. Like that's fucking amazing. I fucking love it. I'm 100% here for it. And thank you, because it is good for me. So I just think over the past, a Saturday morning when I didn't go to town meeting, I remember I said I got to spend some time on the interwebs, and I was looking. The downside of that is I see things I normally don't see, and I saw that they were getting targeted, I think. I don't know if that was yesterday, but I saw they're going to come at them. They don't seem to care. So they're wonderful. I love how it looks. I love how it sounds.
Yeah.
I particularly like it when Oceans wears sunglasses. I think it's very funny, and they're great. That's the first time I've laughed on the show in a couple days.